Side by side down into turn one. Johnny Hayden with the early advantage on the high side. Snover falls back to second. Here comes Nick Lakota around the outside, looking to take over the second spot. Tom Stone. Oh, Johnny Hayden sideways off four. Gets it gathered back up. Still dirt tracking it down into turn one. We stay green. Hayden gets control.
Fast qualifier, Nick Lakota wastes no time, gets it hooked up on the outside. He's going to take the lead early on lap 2. Lakota, your leader. Snover solidly in second, but here comes Adam Rowe up the inside of Stone for third.
.28 seconds, the gap now between your leader Nick Lakota and the 12. Look down the backstretch. Here comes Adam Rowe to the inside of Snover, coming from the back of the field up to second spot. Problems for the 15 of Bob Heine in turn 1 and 2. Gonna slow it down and pull it pit side. Tough break for the driver, the number 15. Tom Stone and Casey Snover. Tight quarters racing out of turn 4 for the third spot. Stone into the back end of the 32. We stay green. Lakota continuing to open up the gap over the number 0 of Adam Rowe. 2.5 seconds at the line, the last time by. Stone now looking to the outside of Snover in turn 4. Ducks back, tries a crossover move. Now a 3-second gap between your leader, Nick Lakota, and Adam Rowe as problems for the T-Stone Foundation's number 10 of Tom Stone. Slow on the front stretch, gonna make the hard right and call it a night, go pit side. Rob Sullivan in the 20, going to be the first car to go one lap down as your leader, Nick Lakota, enters turn 1, exits turn 2.
Man, that car is very fast. That Showcase Auto Sales number 12 this time by will be halfway home. 13 in, 12 to go. Lakota with a 3.5 second lead over Adam Rowe. Although Rowe seems to be turning some quicker laps here lately, that's a heck of a gap to try to make up. But he's trying to do it. Third place still Casey Snover. Johnny Hayden falling farther behind Casey now between third and fourth.
Lakota starting to open it back up again. Went from 3.5 seconds to 4 seconds as we've got 10 laps to go. 10 more laps in the Jay Woolworth Street Stock feature. Nick Lakota continuing to stretch out that lead. 4.5 seconds at the line that time by. Casey Snover coming up on the back of Rob Sullivan coming out of turn 4. That's going to allow Johnny Hayden to close the gap.
Well, Lakota picking him up and putting him down. This time by, he'll have 5 laps to go. 20 in, 5 to go for Nick Lakota. Lakota now trying to put a lap on Snover. Man, that car is fast. Lapped up to through the 3rd place car. White flag out, 1 lap to go. Took the lead on lap 2, made it look real easy. Your winner, Nick Lakota. Adam Rowe will come home 2nd. Casey Snover 3rd, 1 lap down. Johnny Hayden 4th, 1 lap down. And Rob Sullivan, pulling in early, still gets a 5th place finish. Well, I'll tell you what, he certainly made it look easy. We're going to send it down to my partner in crime, the flounder Chuck Darling, to get a word with our winner. Want to find your sweet spot, Chuck?
Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Think this is good as it's going to get right here, right in victory lane, just underneath the Back Road Beauty Salon flag stand. Gentlemen pulling double duty, picking up a win in the J. Woolworth Street Stock 25. He's out of the car, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for your feature winner, Nick Lakota. Sponsor hat going on. Well, have you come over here, Nick? Nick, great job bringing out the street stock, running on the 4/10 mile. Is this going to transition any to you jumping behind the wheel of your mod a little bit later on?
No, you know, these cars are so much different than obviously the modified, but these cars are still a lot of fun to drive. The mic's not on.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we got it. Anyway, great run. You got a good start there on the outside, made that outside work. You had like a 5.5-second lead over the rest of the field. Tell us about that momentum and tell us who is all on the side of the car.
You know, most off Showcase Auto Sales is mostly who I got to thank for this. My crew guys, Elv and Gerald and Larry. You know, without them guys, I couldn't do this. So I thank them, Fastlane Auto Exchange, the Sharks, Manly and Manly, Richfield Reynolds, Barry Floor Covering. There's just a lot of people, so thank you.
One more time for your J. Woolworth feature winner, Nick Lakota. Nick, young son Evan giving you the trophy. Congratulations. Big Ed, what coming up next?
Thank you very much, Chuck. Nice job down there. Got all the Woolworth family ready to go out there and get a picture taken with Nick Lakota. Of course, the Lakota family, no strangers to the Woolworth family either. All of us racing families just kind of intermingle, know each other, and Nick's no different when it comes to the Jay Woolworth category. All the family going out there getting ready to get the picture taken. Sue, Chelsea, and the gang. Great to see. Next up will be our Mason Burgess Title Agency American Trucks Invitational Race. 800 to win, 25 laps. Or is it 30? It's 30 laps. I got this itinerary up here, and my old eyes just don't see it that well. But it is 30 laps. If not, I'll be corrected very quickly, I'm sure. So that's coming up next. Good field of trucks. Should be a great feature race. I do believe directly after that truck feature, we will be drawing our winning 50-50. So get the Flushing band ready for that. Also, folks there at the Advanced Auto Parts display there, we'll be pulling all your winners after the next feature race also. So Dana will be down to talk to you, get you folks ready for that also. All that will be happening at the conclusion of the next feature race, which will be our 30-lapper for the Mason Burgess Title Agency American Trucks. One more time down there in Victory Lane. Folks, let them know you appreciate it. Your feature winner, Nick Lakota. I also wanted to point out, folks, that Chuck and I kind of missed something here, and we promise not to miss it the rest of the night. But each one of our features inside the pace car is a father getting a Father's Day present. And we got so wrapped up in telling you about Jay, we forgot to announce that Phil Dupuis was in the pace car for the street stock feature. And in the pace car right now for the Mason Burgess Title Agency American Trucks feature, that is Glenn Schmidt that will be riding in the pace car for his Father's Day gift here tonight at the Birch Run Speedway.
Happy Father's Day, everybody, as I desperately seek oxygen.
And that's just your first trip tonight, too, Chuck.
I know, and I get 50-50 after that, too.
I know,
and
man.
the fine folks at Advanced Auto Parts 50-50s as well. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, sometimes it sucks to work with a senior announcer, don't it? Emphasis on the word senior tonight.
In other words, I'm getting taken advantage of.
Well, no, yeah, I am taking advantage of your youth over my what appears to be extended old age tonight. Because I certainly feel a lot older than I did like last Friday night. So, but I thank you for covering for me, Chuck.
Yeah, but a night at the racetrack can do you a bit of wonders as well as some strong Advil.
Yeah, I might not be able to move real well, but man, my lips still move just fine. There's Glenn Schmidt getting in there for his Father's Day ride. Nice round of applause for Glenn Schmidt. Glenn's down there working underneath the flag stand, helping out all the time. Cool guy. You ever get the chance? Have a little conversation with Glenn. He's enjoying his Father's Day ride in the pace car here tonight.
Mason Burgess, Title Agency, American Truck feature. Lineup looking like this. Starting on the front row, the 55 picked himself up a heat race win earlier. That's Anthony Duvernoy. And to his outside, Ricky Gillette in the number 51.
Got Josh Shaw inside in the S23 of row 2, and that is Cam DeLong outside out of Clio, Michigan in the 95.
Inside the next row, the 224 with the ape in the back, that's Jason Grissom, and to his outside, that's Jim Cudd in the number 1.
Mount Morris, Michigan's Joe Shamel starts inside in the 47X. And outside of him, GL3, Gregory Long III in the number 38.
His dad, Greg Long Jr. in the 21 inside the next row, and to his outside, hopping behind the wheel of Anthony Richardson's 422, that's Paul Rigda.
Jeremy Neff in the number 58, right behind them. And then we have the 19 of Dustin Hitzman.
79, Matthew Mosher, and the 19 of Dustin Hitzman.
I missed Ryan Hunn in the blue number 8. I don't know how I did it, but I missed Ryan Hunn.
It's the Advil.
No, it must be the age really working. How do I miss a blue truck like that, man?
And starting shotgun on the field, the 44T, that's Tim Crabb. That is your field.
30 laps, long race for the trucks.
Extra money, extra laps.
Phil Schmidt out there pacing the field with our pace car driver, enjoying his Father's Day present here. White flag this time. How about it, folks? Everybody up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get those hands in the air like we just don't care. Wave your hat, wave your coat, wave grandma, wave grandpa. We're on the tower. They can't see us. We don't care. Why is that, Chuck?
It's because we are waving Birch Run Speedway style for the Mason Burgess Title Agency American Trucks. 30-lap feature, extra money on the line as well.
$800 to win.
$800 no holla?
Oh, they'll be hollering if they win it. Look, Chuck in turn 4.
Out of turn 4, Gillette way up high. Green flag waves. Here we go. 3 wide down the front stretch. Duvernoy with the advantage down the backstretch. Cam DeLong now into second. Ricky Gillette falls back to third. Good battle for fourth. Josh Shaw on the inside. Jim Cudd to the outside.
We Ride Racing back in the pack, though. Fast qualifier. Rigda working the third groove here at the Birch Run Speedway on the 3rd mile. Don't see too many do that. He gets around Greg Long. He gets around Shamel. Oh, we got a Crab in turn 2.
Caution flag waves as Tim Crabb goes around in turn 2. Gets it pointed the right direction now.
A loose Crab in turn 2, right?
Was he crab walking?
Well, no, he just was a loose. He spun out.
Anthony Duvernoy in that 55 making the jump from the sport compacts up to the bigger trucks. Already got 2 heat race wins to his credit, looking strong early on. Cam DeLong picked himself up a feature win a couple of weekends ago. Ricky Gillette been looking strong the last couple of races. Jim Cudd right there in 4th. GL3 up to the 5th spot now. Officials getting the trucks lined back up in their correct position so we can go green flag racing. Don't forget, Gas Alley is open for all your needs. Dirt Road to Nowhere playing down there now. I can hear them up here in the grandstand. So Duvernoy will lead on this restart. Cam DeLong to his outside. Ricky Gillette inside the next row. Jim Cudd to his outside. GL3, Josh Shaw. Paul Rigda in a borrowed truck. And Joe Schamel in the 47X.
Michigan Motorsports Hall of Fame flagman Rusty Daggett shows the field the white flag, lets him know be at racing speed in 1/3 of a mile.
Duvernoy and DeLong side by side out of 4. Green flag waves. Here we go. Duvernoy with the advantage, comes out of 4 with the lead. DeLong in second, pushes high. Jim Cudd going around the outside of Gillette. Here comes Rigda to the outside of GL3 down into turn 1. Oh, tire down. Joe Schamel hit the tire. Does it stay out of the racing groove? Yes, it does. 3 wide down into 3. That's not going to work. Ryan Hunt and Tim Crabb get together. Crabb comes to a stop down in turn 3. Caution flag is going to come out one more time. Keith Granger walking through the grandstands, going to be signing autographs later on.
Last call on 50-50 tickets. Last call on 50-50 tickets. We'll be drawing the winner after this race. So you see a Flushing band member, find them and buy their tickets now.
Get them while they're hot. Ryan Hun being deemed the caution truck on that incident. Tim Crabb gets his spot back. Ryan Hun falls to the tail of the field. Anthony Duvernoy continues to lead over DeLong, Gillette, Jim Cudd, GL3, and Paul Rigda. Keep your eye on your fast qualifier in that 422. Also keep an eye on Joe Schamel as he hit that tire over in between turns 1 and 2. Will that affect the truck any?
White flag out. Be a racing speed next time by. 3 laps in, 27 to go. 3 in, 27 to go.
Green flags out. Here we go. Duvernoy with the advantage out of 4 once again. Gillette also sideways. GL3 sideways. 3 wide down into 1. Not going to work. Jim Cudd and GL3 make contact. GLJ makes his way to the inside, takes over the 5th spot. Oh, GLJ hard on the brakes, trying to stay off the 47X. That actually gets him to the inside of Ricky Gillette for 3rd.
Actually helped the 47 be able to steer down the track and underneath Gillette. So the contact actually helped Schamel. GLJ now right behind Schamel, working on that 4th spot.
44T of Tim Crabb with problems. Left rear tire looks like it is flat. Tough break for Tim Crabb, pulling it pit side in the 44T. Meanwhile, up front, Cam DeLong looking to the high side now. The 55 of Anthony Duvernoy dives it back down inside.
They'll soon have some company, though, on the move. Schamel, Long, and Rigda all reeling in your lead duo. And just like that, they're there as Cam DeLong looks to the outside of Duvernois for the lead. Here comes Long peeking inside of Shamel for the third spot. And here comes fast qualifier Rigda looking to the outside of all of them.
Oh, look out, close quarters. We got contact. Joe Shamel almost up and over in turn one. Hitting the tire, caution flag gonna come out.
That 47X got some actual air there as we seen some of the underside of that truck, but it came back down on all fours after he got the biggest part of that big wheel on the inside of the racetrack.
Well, Joe Shamel trying to get that machine off the track. Flat right rear tire on the 47X machine. Tough break for feature winner already in 2023, Joe Shamel. So the 21 of Greg Long Jr. tapped out. Little bit of close quarters racing as they were all battling hard for that third and fourth spot.
By tapping out, we mean that he actually brought his hand out and tapped the roof of his truck, which lets officials know that he has taken responsibility for that caution flag that just flew. In other words, he got into the truck that the caution flag was brought out for. He'll go to the rear, and that truck will have the ability to get their spot back if they're able to continue. But if they go to the pit area, they must restart at the rear also.
We do allow 3 courtesy laps once they hit their pit to do a general overview of the vehicle, what repairs can be needed, and they can get it done in 3 laps. But as Ed said, they have to start at the tail by going in the pits.
Usually just for a flat tire. Of course, them 3 laps, once that's assessed and they're given to the driver, they can do whatever they need to the truck, I guess, at that time, as long as they're back out. Because after 3 laps, we're going to throw the white flag and get ready to go racing again. And that is for every division, not just the trucks feature here, but any division racing here. If it's a flat tire situation during a feature race, we will allow the 3 courtesy laps in the pit area to try to change the tire and get back. But it seems as though that was the 3rd lap. We're going to start lining them up, and they should be seeing the white flag this time by as Tim Crabb makes his way back out to the racetrack.
Coming to the top of the chute, coming out of turn 4, Joe Shamel will be making his way back to the racing surface. Well, unfortunately, a speeding penalty has been issued to the 47X. There's a certain speed limit you are expected to maintain when you're coming in and out of the pit area, and he came out just a little too hot.
They were told that they would get the 3 laps, that there's no need to speed through the pits in any way, shape, or form, but Joe felt the need to do so, and now he's paying the price for it by not being able to continue in this feature race. 8 laps in, 22 to go.
Well, we'll try it again. Anthony Duvernoy going to lead the field down. Cam DeLong to his outside. Getting on the gas out of turn 4. Green flag waves. Here we go. Side by side battle for the lead. DeLong on the outside. Duvernoy on the inside. Rigda, no place to go. Stuck in third. 3 wide back farther in the field. We got one turn around in turn 4. Jim Cudd goes around. Greg Long Jr. goes around. Ryan Hun goes around. Matthew Mosier goes around.
Seems to be contagious down there in turn 4 all of a sudden. It isn't spin and win, guys.
Well, problems, the 44T of Tim Crabb pulling it on into the pit area. Ryan Hun pulling to the top of the 4/10 mile, going to take that 8 machine back into the pits. Drivers getting the order to go single file so we can get them into their correct position, as that was quite a moment of chaos coming out of turn 4 over there. Now getting the signal to pick high or low for your leader. Anthony Duvernoy has picked the inside line, forcing Cam DeLong to the outside every time. That puts fast qualifier Paul Rigda right on your leader's back bumper. Jim Cudd gets his spot back on the outside of row number 2. Ricky Gillette in 5th. Jeremy Neff in that 58 truck up to the 6th spot. I believe that is Greg Long Jr.'s new truck that he has been working on.
One more time, Anthony Duvernoy is going to bring us off turn number 4. Green flag in hand. We're back to racing.
Battle for the 2nd spot now. Paul Rigda to the inside of DeLong. Takes over that 2nd spot, 3 wide back farther. GLJ going around the outside of Ricky Gillette. Battle for 2nd. Cam DeLong fights back to the inside. Jim Cudd looking to the inside of DeLong for that 3rd spot, as Paul Rigda now jumps to the outside, trying to find a way around the 55 of Anthony Duvernoy. Oh, sideways goes Rigda down into turn 1. Gets a little bit of grip thanks to that traction compound.
Rigda, a longtime competitor here at the Speedway, haven't seen him much this year. Now he comes out in Anthony Richardson's 422 on the big money night, and he's trying to make it all right here as he's working that outside in that traction compound, trying to get it working. But how about Duvernoy's running in that 55?
Good side-by-side battle for the lead. Duvernoy continues to hold the line, hold the lead at the line. 3rd place battle heating up. Jim Cudd takes it over. GLJ trying to get to the inside of Cam DeLong out of turn 2. If Rigda can get that truck to settle, he can carry that momentum as we're half. Greg Long Jr. peeking to the inside of the one. Jim Cudd takes over the third spot now.
Look at that side-by-side battle. Rigda with a slight advantage down the backstretch, trying to carry that momentum through 3 and 4. Washes up the track, almost 3 wide, halfway home. 15 in, 15 to go. Woohoo! We got a new player up front now. Greg Long Jr., after being penalized and sent to the rear, has worked his way up. He is now running second as he gets underneath Rigda.
GLJ coming from the back, looking to get up to the front. Gives a little shot to the 55 of Duvernoy. Rigda falls back to third. Cam DeLong in fourth. Good battle for fifth. Jim Cudd to the outside of Ricky Gillette.
Ricky Gillette doing a great job coming back into the top 5. Here goes Long to the outside of Duvernoy. He's going to try the outside route to get around.
If he doesn't send it in too hard. Oh, and as I say that, Duvernoy and Long get loose, but coming out of 4, new leader. Greg Long Jr. with the advantage. Paul Rigda to the inside of Duvernoy, takes over second spot.
Yeah, Duvernoy's got a little loose off 4, which allowed Long to get by on the outside, but it also opened the inside for Rigda. Now Rigda going to try to chase down the elder Long.
Your leader going around the outside of Dustin Hitzman now makes his way around Matthew Mosier in the 79. Rigda trying to close the gap. Good battle farther back. Gets hooked a little bit. GL3 to the inside of Gillette as we've got 10 laps to go. GLJ continuing to lead. Rigda a little bit looser each lap. Coming out of the corner, losing ground to your leader. 1.138 seconds, the gap at the line between first and second. Rigda trying to use all of the track.
GL3 getting underneath Ricky Bobby for that 5th spot. He's picking him up and putting him down, doing a great job. He's got 5 laps to go. 25 in, 5 to go for GLJ. Greg Long Jr. still your leader in the 21. Rigda doing everything he can to try to chase him down in the 422. Long distance back to Duvernoy and DeLong, who still battle side by side for that 3rd spot. Greg Long III has finally moved his way back into 5th from the rear of the field after going to the rear after the last caution flag. He makes another appearance into the top 5, 3 to go. Greg Long Jr. puts another lap on Hitzman, comes up to Mosier, carefully tiptoeing around the outside of these slower trucks. As Rigda shaves just a little bit off that lead as they negotiate the slower traffic. Long, though, clear sailing down the backstretch into 3, coming out of 4. Rusty Daggett, he's going to throw the white flag. 1 lap to go. Checkered flag for Greg Long Jr. in the 21. Rigda comes home second. Battles for third. It's going to be Duvernois over DeLong. And Jim Cudd, as I was watching the front, somehow gets back around Greg Long the third and takes over the 5th spot. Well, nice run here in our Invitational. A popular victory by this gentleman. He just got a big win last Saturday night over at the Owasso Speedway, winning a big purse over there. And now he backs it up here tonight with our big Invitational win here at the Birch Run Speedway. So 2 huge feature victories within 6 days for Greg Long Jr. in the 21. As he does a burnout, brings his son Greg the third with him up there to victory lane. And we'll now send it down to the Flounder to talk to, I'm sure, our very happy winner.
Indeed, he is, Ed. Climbing out of the truck, ladies and gentlemen. See feature winner, Greg Long Jr. One happy camper. Greg, come on over here. We'll get a word. Congratulations on that feature win. We'll have you around so everybody can see you. Tell us about that. You got in a little tangle early, went to the back, and you came charging up through the field.
Yeah, I want to apologize to Joe Shamo. I did not try to get into his bumper, and I did, but I tapped out. They didn't tell me to go to the rear, and I knew I had to work my way back up.
Well, that you did. Great sportsmanship-like mood, but now is the time to thank everybody that makes it all possible, and then a party afterwards as you've got a whole slew of trucks and drivers that are waiting to congratulate you.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody that comes out and supports us, all my sponsors. My mom died last year, and she was one of my #1 fans. And this is my first win back here.
A very emotional, but well-deserved feature. Greg Long Jr., ladies and gentlemen. We'll have Greg draw our 50-50 here in just a little bit, but first I think we'll get some pictures out of the way. Long is going to draw the 50-50 winner. Yellow ticket, 914357. 914357. 953 is the total. Somebody's going to be a happy camper. Once again, that winning number, 914357. You can meet them right down here underneath the Back Road Beauty Salon if you got the winning ticket. Big Ed.
Big Ed, it's red. Set the 50-50.
Hey, Chuck, aren't we supposed to do all that advanced auto parts giveaways too?
Doing those in just 1 second as soon as we get the band kind of cleared, and then we can follow the parade.
Okie dokie. I just didn't want to take over if you still got a show to do.
Auto folks will be drawing the 50-50 for their tickets and giveaways immediately after the modified feature.
.35 lap. Mont Morris Auto Repair Modified's up next. Their feature. Matt Mackey starts on the pole in that beautiful number 29. Matt Mueller outside from Auburn, Michigan in the number 5. Cousin Kyle Mackey starting right behind his cousin in the number 18. And that's Mike Liberta Sr. on the outside in the number 30. Nick Lakota doing double duty tonight. He won our Jay Wower Street Stock feature a little earlier. He's going to try to add a modified feature to it tonight, driving that number 12. And fast qualifier, two-time defending track champion, the Juice, David McManus, starts right beside. You have Dawson Null in the number 7 car, Scotty Clifford in that beautiful number 86, and Zach Lopez starting shotgun in the number 18. We're going to give them a couple laps to get them tires and engines up to racing temperature before we set them loose for 35 green flag laps. All right, folks, it's the wave lap. This time by, let's let these modified drivers know we appreciate them. Everybody up. Get up, get up, get up. Get those hands in the air like you just don't care. Wave your hat, wave your coat, wave your rights. We're up in the tower. They can't see us. We don't care. Chuck.
It's because, once again, we're waving Bertrand Speedway style. Mount Morris Auto Repair Modifieds. Matt Mackey, Matt Mueller, a pair of Matts on the front row. Coming out of turn 4, Kyle Mackey washes up, green flags out, here we go. Matt Mackey and that Bob Keselowski inspired number 29 with the early advantage. Look in turn 3 and 4 on the outside. David McManus up to third. Oh, watch him down into turn 1. Mike Liberta Sr. washes up the track. Here comes Nick Lakota to his outside.
The juice is loose, working the outside. Looking at the outside of Matt Mueller for the lead. He's got a couple mats to get by to get to the lead.
Mackey continues with the advantage. Mueller a little bit slower than McManus through the corners. McManus gets the advantage. Here comes Nick Lakota to the outside. Battle for the third spot out of 4. McManus with the momentum, the move down into turn 1. Gets the spot away from Matt Mueller. Brings Nick Lakota with him. New second and third place, David McManus and Nick Lakota. Lakota trying to double up.
Now they'll set their sights on Matt Mackey, your leader. About a half second behind, but they're making that up quick. Single file all the way around.
Lakota starting to look to the inside just a little bit on McManus as they head down the back straightaway. Now out of turn 4, Lakota to the inside.
McManus was your fast qualifier, but Lakota showing the speed early on in the feature race. Poking his nose inside, outside of McManus as McManus gains more space between him and Mackey for the lead.
Great job by Matt Mackey and that Ducharme Chiropractic number 29. Holding off the world and David McManus and Nick Lakota as he continues to lead.
Left the door open on the inside through 1 and 2. Able to close it coming out of 2. Still your leader, McManus. Lakota, you could throw a blanket over your top 3.
Lakota tried high, gonna tuck back low behind McManus. McManus peeking to the inside. Mackey washes up the track just a little bit. McManus can't quite get there as they head down the backstretch.
Trying to find the weakness, trying to find where he can make the move. Mackey almost giving up a lane to the inside, but it isn't a complete full lane. McManus having a hard time trying to fill that space, but they still run 1, 2, 3 tightly in a group.
Lakota jumping to the outside as McManus looks to the inside. Lakota having to get on the binders, get back in line behind McManus. Oh, a little bit of contact. The 29 goes around in turn 1. Caution flag out. Well,
Man.
well.
Very close racing there in the top 3. A little bit of bump in there as they came down the front straightaway into turn 1. Not sure what the official call will be on this one.
Well, Mackey goes back to the top spot, still waiting for the official word. Well, the official ruling, the 7, David McManus, being called the caution car, getting asked to go to the tail of the field after that contact with the 29 of Matt Mackey.
He'll have some time to try to make his way back to the front. Only 12 laps in, 23 to go in this one. Matt Mackey, your leader in the number 29. He's led all 12 laps so far. Lakota now will be scored second. Mueller third in the 5. Then Liberta, Kyle Mackey, Scott Clifford, Dawson Knoll, Zach Lopez, and then David McManus.
Lineup does look good. They'll get the signal. White flag will be displayed. Will be green flag racing next time by. Mackey and Lakota, now your front row. Lakota has been showing speed on the high side. Side by side, down into 3 on the gas. Coming out of 4. We got contact out of 4. Mackey and Lakota, we stay green. Lakota with the advantage into 1 and out of 2. New leader, Nick Lakota. Here comes Mike Liberta Sr. to the outside. Takes over the 3rd spot. Gonna try for 2nd.
McManus trying to work from the rear, already around Lopez and Clifford. Now gets around Dawson Knoll and has moved into the 5th spot. 6th spot, excuse me.
Oh, Liberta sending it down into turn 1, trying to close on the 29 of Mackey. You got a gaggle of cars behind him. Liberta, Mueller, Kyle Mackey, and now David McManus pressuring the 18 out of turn 4. McManus looking to the inside of Mueller now, going down into turn 1. Car bottoming out just a little bit, give the advantage to McManus as they come down the back straightaway.
Driving like a man possessed from the rear, up to 4th place already. Now works on Liberta for 3rd. Meanwhile, Lakota's got almost a 3-second lead on 2nd place, Matt Mackey. This time by will be halfway home. 18 laps in, 17 to go.
McManus right to the back bumper of Liberta. Mackey with a 3-car advantage over that 2-car battle for the 3rd spot. Mackey washes up the track. That allows Liberta and McManus to close on his back bumper. McManus to the inside of Liberta down into turn 1.
McManus making most of his passes coming down low off 4 down the front stretch. Had Liberta all set up that last time by. He's going to try it again off 4, and there's the move.
McManus with the preferred inside line gets around Liberta. Now sets his sights on Mackey as Lakota continues to lead.
Had all kinds of trouble trying to get around Matt Mackey before, as Scotty Clifford takes it to the pit area on lap 21.
And there he goes, got a great run down into turn 1. New 2nd place, David McManus. Mackey falls back to 3rd. Here comes Matt Mueller putting a charge on Liberta. He's got Kyle Mackey right behind him.
5.7 seconds between Lakota and McManus. The only way David's gonna have a chance is if he sees a yellow flag here in the next 7 laps. 23 in, 7 to go.
Kyle Mackey taking a peek to the inside of Mueller. That's a battle for the 5th spot, heating up as they enter turn 3. Liberta looking to the inside of Mackey. Watch him out of turn 4. Liberta with the inside advantage. Backs out of it, gets in line behind Mackey down into 1. Now takes a look to the inside. They make contact. Liberta sideways. Mueller around him. Mackey has nowhere to go. Gets on the binders. We stay green. Matt Mueller now up to the 4 spot.
5 laps to go. Excuse me, 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go, 25 in, 10 to go.
Zach Lopez with his hand out the window net, slowing down on the front stretch. Your leader, Nick Lakota, goes by. Battle from turn 4. Mueller to the inside of Mackey. Mackey with problems, almost in the wall. Liberta looks to the inside, down into 1, almost makes contact, gets on the brakes. Kyle Mackey to the outside now.
This time by will have 5 laps to go. 30 in, 5 laps to go. This time by Lakota will see the white flag, 1 lap to go. Off turn number 4, his second feature win of the night for Nick Lakota. David McManus will come home second. Third will be Matt Mueller, and we've got a wreck here on the final lap. Involved is Kyle Mackey, Matt Mackey, and Mike Liberta Sr. Unofficially crossing the line, 4th will be Dawson Nall. Kyle Mackey 5th. This is all unofficial, as we did have a wreck here on the final lap between 3 and 4. Between the 2 Mackeys and Mike Liberta Sr. We'll have to find out what the official scoring will be on this one. But there is no doubt as to who won the feature here tonight. His second of the night, he won the J. Woolworth Street Stock, and now he's just won the Mont Morris Auto Repair Modifieds event here. I also want to mention real quick that in the pace car that last time for the modified feature was Gerald Gagnon. Happy Father's Day to you, Gerald. And coming up next for the Pure Stock will be Robert Morse Jr., our pace car rider. Make your way to the front stretch now, Robert, as we're going to send it down to my partner in crime, Chuck Darling, to talk with our winner.
Check, check. Again, coming out on top, this time in a modified, climbing out of his ride. Give the win to Nick Lakota. Nick, I'll have you come over here one more time. Man, something must have happened. That must have transitioned, or you felt really good and really lucky with getting a win in the Street Stock J. Woolworth Memorial, and now doing double, getting the win in the modified. Tell us how you did it, man.
I'm going to start off with a really interesting fact. I've raced Street Stocks here for 2 years on the big track, and I haven't lost one yet. I've raced modifieds here for 6 or 7 years, and I haven't won one yet. So I wanted this one more than that street stock for sure. This is a big win. And first off, I'd like to thank Eddie Performance Solutions. I've been a pain in his neck the last couple months, but
I'm sure he does not mind at all.
he does. He told me the other night, he's like, look, if this doesn't work, there's nothing else we can try.
Well, anyway, you made a great run through the field. I mean, you were going a little bit high, a little bit low, trying to get to the front, and you did. You know, how close is the competition here at Bertrand Speedway?
The competition in these modifieds is super tough. Like I said, this is the first feature I've won in a modified here, so super special to win this one tonight. But that's about it.
Well, one more time, it's now your chance to talk about all the names on the side of that vehicle.
There's a lot of them on this one. First and foremost, Ryan Competition Engines. Obviously, they pulled me here. Showcase Auto Sales, Barry Floor Covering, Murray Mechanical, Rock Solid Installation, Richfield Reynolds, Angie Ridley, Complete Realty. I got a ton of them on this car.
Well, that's okay. First time feature in and a modified. Give it up for Nick Lakota. We're going to have Nick Lakota draw our Advanced Auto Parts. 4 tickets going to be drawn. No, we'll do that. All right, we're going to have Nick draw 2, or we're going to draw 4 tickets total. Just the fine folks down here at Advanced Auto Parts. First winning ticket number 447158. 447158. Second winning ticket 4473. 447303. Third winning ticket 47002. 447002. And last 7049. 049. Come find down here at the Advanced Auto Parts table, and you can pick up your prizes. Once again, your feature winner, Nick Lakota, ladies and gentlemen. Ed.
Nice job, Flounder, down there. It's not always easy interviewing a guy twice in one night down there. What a great imagination you have, Chuck. Next up will be our Jack Doring Pure Stock feature, 25 laps coming up here next. Jack Doring, the other legend that we are celebrating here tonight at the Bertrand Speedway and Event Center. One of the founding fathers of this speedway here, one of the very first owners. Him and Joe Gravenhorse, for many years while I was a child, 50, 60 years ago, ran the 2 speedways. Auto City and Dixie here were both owned by the same gentleman, the same team. Cooperation wasn't a problem back then. Of course, the same owner. Jack had his own way of doing things. He spearheaded short track racing here in our area. He brought NASCAR to our side of the state in the late 70s, early 80s to the Auto City Speedway when it was still dirt. He invented the Mudslinger, which became one of the biggest races around the mid-Michigan area throughout the 80s and 90s, garnering NASCAR sponsorship. Sometime fields of over 100 super late models trying to vie for the starting positions at the Mudslinger. Jack Doring also famously one time told his drivers during a driver meeting, if you're going to get in a fight, make sure you do it on the front stretch and not in the pits. He wants all of his fans to be able to see it. I heard him say it myself, folks. I know I was young, but it was the absolute truth. If you were going to fight, he wanted you to do it in front of the fans so everybody got to see it. He had many different little ideas like that as he went through his promotional career, inducted into the Michigan Motorsports Hall of Fame, as was his famous driving son, John Doring Jr., who you can still see around this racetrack from time to time. Also inducted into the Hall of Fame. Probably be celebrating him a little bit later this year. But Jack Doring was the star of the promoters here in the area throughout the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Continually would go down to Florida Speed Weeks just to try to find new ideas, new things to bring up to the Auto City and Dixie Speedways at that time. And the different promotions and stuff that he would get going on made him one of the front runners for promoters in our area. We were pretty fortunate to have 2 racetracks here in our area, and he really brought them all to the best that they could be throughout his tenure at Auto City and right here at the Birch Run Speedway, which was then Dixie Speedway. For many years there, well, all the years while Jack owned them, there was no conflict. They were both, one track was a dirt track, one track was an asphalt track. They both had their own crowds. But back then, a lot of drivers actually drove their same car on asphalt and dirt and would compete strongly at both venues. Not so much these days as technology has taken over and there's vast differences between an asphalt and a dirt ride on how it's set up and what you need to go fast. But back in the day, there was very little changes drivers made to their cars to run one venue or the other.
You would see drivers go from the dirt to the asphalt back to dirt. A prime example of that would be the Wednesday night MSPA series that Jack Doring helped spearhead as well. The MSPA Wednesday night shows were classics back in the day. Started out as the Carling Circuit of Champions, made its way to the Busch beer brand sponsored MSPA races on Wednesday nights. Great shows all around, and Jack Doring was one of the ones that was a spearhead behind the formation of the Michigan Speedway Promoters Association.
Yeah, I was going to play right off that for you, Chuck. He was the driving force behind that kept it alive for years. He also is what started the Michigan Speedway Promoters Association, period. You know, the promoters didn't just all get along and get together every year all over. As a matter of fact, you can go to some states where there are no promoters association. They don't communicate. They don't try to help each other. But back in the 60s and 70s, he saw a need for tracks to be able to communicate and to work together, and he spearheaded all that. That turned into a great racing series on Wednesday night that all of us old-time fans remember. We don't have enough time for me to go through all my Jack Doring stories here tonight.
I can vividly remember coming back to some events here at Birch Run Speedway for the MSPA races, and they had the Busch trailers out here, parade of every single pace car from every track in the state, and we can thank Jack Doring for that.
Want to give a shout out here to Robert Morse Jr. He should be in that pace car right now getting his Father's Day ride. That's Robert Morse Jr. in the Jack Doring Pure Stock feature getting the pace car ride. Next up for our front-wheel drive, Crystal Hall's dad, Robert Hall, will need you to the front stretch at the end of this race.
Your field for the Jack Doring Pure Stock feature looking like this. Andrew Burton in the 05 going to start on the pole. Outside of him in the Eddy Performance Solutions number 36, that's Jonathan Parrish.
Birch Run, Michigan's Brent Boris starts in the number 5 inside row number 2. Outside of him from Vassar, Michigan, Andy Shelters.
And the Dutry Trailer Sales, number 73, your 2021 track champion. That's Hunter Dutry, your current point leader. And outside of him, this gentleman's been getting faster and faster every week, the 22 of Mike Mosher.
Probably the most improved driver in the pure stock division this year. Your fast qualifier, the Buzzsaw, Lonnie Sawmere Jr., starts in the M15. Outside him, Car Wash, Jeremy Johnson in the number 47.
And starting shotgun on the field, part of that Weasel Racing clan, John Hitzman Jr. in the number 12.
All right, folks, this is the Wave Lap. Let's let these pure stock drivers know we appreciate them. Everybody up. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Get those hands in the air like you just don't care. Oh, wave your hat, wave your coat, wave your shoes. We're up here in the tower. They can't see us. We don't care. Why is that, Chuck?
It's because, one more time, ladies and gentlemen, we're waving Bertrand Speedway style as we salute the drivers of the pure stock class as they battle for 25 laps in the Jack Doring pure stock feature.
25 laps. Also remembering Jack Doring here on Legend Night. Here in the pure stock division, we are racing.
Parrish on the outside. Burton with the preferred groove. Starts to inch out to the lead just a little bit. Here comes Brent Voris in that number 5. Inside of Parrish for second. They bang doors out of turn 4. Dutry into the back end of Voris trying to make his way up. Side by side down into 1. Voris and Parrish side by side for that second spot. Dutry to the inside of Shelters. Sawmere to the inside of Mosier. Field starting to stack up. We got Parrish sideways out of turn 4. Shelters avoids. The 22 of Mosier avoids. Andrew Burton with the lead, drifts up high. Brent Forrest going to peek his nose to the inside, backs out of it. Here comes Hunter Dutry to the outside for second. Lonnie Sawmere looking to the inside of Dutry. Forrest looking to the inside of Burton as they head down the backstretch. Dutry to the outside of Forrest for second. Burton washes up the track. Forrest pushes. Here comes Sawmere. Dutry to the outside. We're 3 wide down the front stretch. Oh, a little bit of contact. Sawmere and Dutry get together. Problems for the 73 as he's slow on the backstretch. Here comes Jonathan Parrish looking to the inside of Forrest for third now.
Sawmere's caught Burton right on the bumper. These two have had many a battle for a lead at numerous racetracks. Sawmere going to try to make short work of it now to the inside.
Sawmere looking to the inside. Burton washes up the track. They're side by side down the backstretch. Sawmere pulls even out of turn 4. Give the lead to Lonnie Sawmere. Mike Mosier up to third now, makes his way to the inside of Parrish. Here comes Dutry. Voris with problems off from turn 2. Oh, a little bit of contact between Dutry and Parrish coming out of turn 2. That's a battle for the 4th spot. Sawmere starting to stretch out the lead over Burton. Mosier closing the gap on second place. Dutry right on his back bumper. Shelters to the inside of Parrish out of turn 4. Takes over the 5th spot, excuse me.
Sawmere now picking him up and putting him down. This time by, we're halfway home. 13 in, 12 to go. Mosier looking inside of Burton for second.
Mosier had to get on the brakes a little bit to stay off from Burton. Now he's got the preferred line down into turn 3. New second place coming out of turn 4. New third place coming out of turn 4 as Dutry takes over that spot from Burton.
Mosier sticks that Monte Carlo into second. Dutry now up to third. Burton falls back to fourth. Let's see if Mosier and Dutry can reel in our leader, Sawmere. 10 laps to go.
Sawmere around the inside of the M47 of Jeremy Johnson. Mosier making his way to the inside as well as they head down into turn 3 safely by the M47 as they're trying desperately to close the gap on your leader, Lonnie Sawmere, in the M15. Mosier dipping the tires off the backstretch just a little. That allows Dutry to his back bumper. Battle for second as they come off before Dutry to look to the inside.
Former track champion, current point leader, trying to get some points back now as he works on Mosier for that second position. Meanwhile, the Buzzsaw out for a Friday night cruise. This time by, we'll have 5 laps to go. 5 to go for Sawmere. Dutry inside of Mosier. Schulter's inside of Burton.
Mosier going to try the crossover on the 73. Tries to take back over that second spot. Great side-by-side battle for second spot. Mosier and Dutry on the high side now.
Veteran move there by Mosier to come back to the inside to take that spot back away from Dutry. Shelters has successfully got around Burton and is pulling away. Sawmere comes off turn 4. He's going to see the white flag. 1 lap to go. Sawmere with a problem. Sawmere slow to the inside. Here on the last lap, Mosier coming around to the outside. Mosier around Sawmere for the lead. Dutry takes over second. Sawmere at a snail's pace down the backstretch. Loses third, loses fourth. Your winner is first feature win for Mike Mosier. Dutry comes home second, Shelter third, Burton fourth, and Sawmere losing parts and pieces across the line finishes in 5th. Oh my goodness, what a huge development on the last lap. The Chuck Darling jinx in fix here as Sawmere had this wrapped up and then just lost power, slowed right down as they come down for the white flag. And I'll be darned if Mike Mosier hasn't picked up his first feature win here at the Birch Run Speedway in the Jack Doring Pure Stock Division. Oh my, can't wait till Chuck gets some words with our first time winner. Chuck.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about that? Tough break for Lonnie Sawmere allows Mike Mosier to pick up the victory. Climbing out of the vehicle, give it up for your feature winner, Mike Mosier. One's gonna be another emotional one, dedicating this to his dad. Weeks ago, was leading and had a fuel pump issue. Same thing, problems for Lonnie Sommer. Tears are going to be shed in victory lane, but ladies and gentlemen, your feature winner, Mike Mosier. Mike, we'll have you come over here. Mike, we talked about it. This is going to be an emotional one, I know, but man, what a run. You have been driving the wheels off this car. Congratulations and welcome to victory lane at Birch Run Speedway.
Yeah, I seen Lonnie got kind of what I got a couple weeks ago. But first and foremost, obviously, this is for my dad who passed away in December on Father's Day weekend. So he got us into racing, and I wouldn't be here, obviously, without him. And he actually bought this car before he passed away, so it means a lot. And, yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Well, we'll let you catch your composure here for just a second, but we know there is a bunch of people on the side of this car. Walk us through who all makes it possible for you.
I mean, my buddy Kyle, who helps me every week, my wife, obviously, who puts up with my crap, and then my brother Matt, rock solid spray foam insulation, Bayer Roofing, Bayer Development, rigged to dumpsters. Probably missing somebody, but my sisters, and obviously all my brothers. So.
One more time for your feature winner, Mike Mosier. Time for pictures. Back up to you, Big Ed.
Wow, great interview down there, Chuck. Is nothing better than the first-time winner. Excited family and friends down there just chomping at the bit to get out there and get that feature win picture taken. Drama in that one. Not sure exactly what might have happened to the X15 of Lonnie Sommer Jr., but that's one he's probably not going to want to remember, and one that Mr. Mosier will remember for the rest of his life, that's for sure. Great feature win by probably our most improved driver in our pure stock division here this season at the Speedway. Still got a couple more feature races for you folks. Got our front wheel drive division. Also want to make sure that Robert Hall is making his way down to the flag stand to get ready for his pace car ride. Daughter Crystal Hall helping set this up. Be our final Father's Day pace ride recipient. As Mike's got the whole town of Mount Morris down there with him in victory lane. Yeah, them pictures pretty valuable. Nothing better than that first feature win. How about it, folks? One more time. First time winner. Give it up for Mike Mosier.
Hey, Ed, we just got word. We picked up 50 new subscribers to the Birch Run Speedway YouTube channel.
It's what all the cool kids do. Of course we did.
And it's because we talk about it.
It's what all the cool kids do, man. That's what I'm telling you.
But
I mean,
how
tomorrow morning, I'll pull that up. You've taught me. You've taught the old man how to do this. And I'll pull it up, and I'll listen to us and then laugh.
Well, I'm glad somebody laughs at us, even if we laugh at ourselves. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's a good chance to check out the racing action, relive all the action from tonight, past events as well as on there. And best of all, it is free. All you got to do is go to the YouTube page, go to Birch Run Speedway, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, give us a comment, hit the notification button. Let us know if the announcers are all right. Let us know how the food at Gas Alley is.
Total cost, $0.
$0.
It's your time, and you're going to spend time watching more racing. So time well spent, money well spent.
Exactly. Wheezy, as always, it was good seeing you tonight, sweetheart. Take care.
Love you, Sue.
Greg Long Jr., congrats again on your feature win, buddy. Great job.
And I still think it's really cool that your kid has a drink named after him at the bar.
No, that's named after him.
Oh. Well, he could take credit for it. They're both named Greg Long, so leave me alone, Chuck. Whether it's a junior or a third, it don't matter. It's the Greg Long drink, dang it. And it's pink.
I still have no idea what the ingredients are in that.
Well, if it's pink, never mind. Front row starters of our 25 lap front wheel drive feature.
Hey, that's something I was going to ask you guys.
Brad Treichel in the number. In the 01. Charlie Boone from Montrose outside in the 70.
Feature winner a couple weeks back in the number 83, that's Troy Deischer. And to his outside, that's the J50 of Jay Bradsher in the Diffin Farms sponsored machine.
Pace car driver extraordinaire Keith Granger behind the wheel of the number 52. 15 years after retirement, he comes back out. And Jason Jones, former track champion, out of Genesee, Michigan these days in the number 11. 25 laps, feature racing for the front wheel drive. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get those hands in the air like we just don't care. Wave your hat, wave your coat, wave grandma, wave grandpa. We're up in the tower. They can't see it. They don't care. Because we're doing what, Chuck?
It's because, once again, we are waving Birch Run Speedway style. Front wheel drive 25 lap feature. Brad Treichel, Charlie Boone going to lead him down to the green. Watch him out of turn 4. Treichel on the gas. Green flag waves. Here we go. Brad Treichel with the early advantage heading down into 3. Charlie Boone with the momentum on the outside trying to take over that second spot. Troy Deischer right there in that 83. Looking to the inside of Boone now for second. 3 wide farther in the back. Jason Jones goes to the inside of Jay Bradsher, now to the outside of Keith Granger. Now to the way outside of Charlie Boone, down into 3 and coming out of 4. 3 wide. Brad Treichel, all sorts of sideways, new leader coming out of turn 1. Jason Jones in the 11J.
Now Jason, the fast car out there, no doubt about it, takes the lead. Had his fair share of mechanical woes through the season last. That car leading a couple times already this year.
Troy Deischer moved into that second spot. Here comes Keith Granger into third, looking for second, closing the gap on Deischer. Jay Bradsher looks to the inside of Treichel, takes over that 4th spot. Here comes Charlie Boone to the inside. Oh, Deischer, all sorts of sideways, trying to send it, close the gap on the 52 of Keith Granger. Meanwhile, Jason Jones, 5.5 second advantage at the line that last time by. Jones continuing to click off fast laps, opening up a 7.5 second advantage over Granger. Good run for Keith Granger, as we talked about, 15 years away from the wheel, solidly in second spot. Troy Deischer in third. Jay Bradsher in fourth, Charlie Boone in fifth. Jones to the inside of Charlie Boone, entering turn 3.
13 in, 12 to go. Halfway home, Jones. Flaw tonight.
I believe he plans on running at the Springport Speedway tomorrow, switching a few things over. Coming over here and getting a tune-up, if you will. This time by 10 laps to go. 10 more laps for your leader, Jason Jones in the 11J. Makes his way around the J50 of Jay Bradsher.
Laps good. Drives all around the 1/3 mile Birch Rock Speedway. The third place vehicle as Deischer is starting to catch Granger for that second position. Five laps to go. 20 in, 5 to go as Jones is going to try to lap the field. White flag out, 1 lap to go for Jason Jones. Checkered flag for your winner, Jason Jones. Keith Granger, first race back, second place finish, not too shabby. Troy Deichel in third in the 83, Jay Bradshaw in fourth in the 50, and Charlie Boone will round out your top 5 in the number 70. Send it down one more time to my partner in crime, Chuck Darling, to interview our winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman just lapped the field in the U.S. Speedo 11J. He's out of the car, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for your winner, Jason Jones. Jason, I'm going to have you come over here to me, buddy. Well, I guess the kids are here with you, and you're going to be getting ready for Spring Park tomorrow.
That's a nice little warm-up, that's for sure. Macy, that was for you. She made us come. That was for my 12-year-old daughter tonight. All day long for you, Macy. That's awesome. Yeah, we're going tomorrow's for Michael. Hopefully you're out there, Michael. You were here for the first one. Let's get the second one tomorrow, buddy.
Well, you definitely put on a clinic, Jason. Now's the time to make all the sponsors shine that adorn that 11J.
We're trying to spotlight some tonight. We're going to spotlight Backroad Beauty. I got a lot on there. US Speedo's awesome. Backroad Beauty, you're amazing. Thank you so much for everything y'all do. And thanks to Bertrand Speedway. Fun night.
Once again, your feature winner, Jason Jones. Congrats to the man that finished second, the 52, the Lone Granger, Keith Granger, as we toss it back up topside to the one and only Big Ed and Lowe's. Big Ed?
Thank you very much, Chuck. One more race left for you folks here. Our Motor City Core Figure 8 feature coming up next. Get all of our Victory Lane photos here with Mr. Jones, as this will be our final event of the evening here. Well, I do believe I'm looking at our scheduled starting lineup here for our figure eight, Motor City Core figure eight feature. The 422 of Paul Rigda will start on the pole. John Hitzman outside in the number 112. Tim Crabb in the 44T. And then Dustin Hitzman in the number 19 truck. The 05 of Drew Burton inside row number 3. And John Hitzman the second in the number 12 on the outside. And the number 55 starting shotgun on the field, Eric Gilbert. We will go 10 laps for our Motor City Core figure eights. John Hitzman in the 112, Tim Crabb in the 44T, Dustin Hitzman in the number 19, Andrew Burton in the 05, John Hitzman the second in the number 12, and Eric Gilbert in the 55. We are missing Paul Rigda in the 422, scheduled to be your pole setter in this race. All right, something wrong with the 422. We'll go with what we got. 10 laps, Motor City Core figure eight. John Hitzman. We actually have 3 Hitzman in this race. Half the field are Hitzman, as a matter of fact.
And I think the majority of them are all from Millington area.
What a coincidence. Okay, we're waving this time by, folks. Give them a wave as they make their way down the straightaway to see that white flag. Get those hands in the air like you just don't care. Turn number 4. Here we go. Everybody in turn number 1, they'll be coming at you this time. Give them a wave as they make their way down the straightaway, getting ready to set off for their feature race. Here they come at you right now there in turn number 1. Everybody get them hands up.
Hitzman on the gas, green flag waves, here we go. Burton around the outside of Dustin Hitzman, already to the tailgate of the 44T of Tim Crabb. Crabb with a little bit of issue, Burton trying to find a way around. Burton looking to the inside of Tim Crabb as they head down into turn 1, turn 3 of the figure 8, takes over that second spot. Now will set his sights on the 112 of John Hitzman.
Eric Gilbert in that 55, though. He's looking at trying to get by Tim Crabb for that third spot.
Best battle on the track. Tim Crabb in that third spot has a tailgate full of the 55 of Eric Gilbert.
Oh, look out!
Your leaders making their way through the intersection. This next time by, they'll see the signal halfway in. 5 laps down, 5 laps to go.
Drew Burton now to the bumper of Hitzman as we got a battle for the lead. 3 separate battles around the speedway. Battle for first between Burton and Hitzman. Battle for second between Crabb and Gilbert. And then we got Hitzman and Hitzman for fifth.
Look out! Gilbert around in the 55 in the middle of the intersection. Here come your leaders.
Yeehaw!
Look out!
Andrew Burton now side by side with Hitzman as they battle for the lead. Oh, Hitzman shuts the door as they go down the straightaway. 3 laps to go.
Andrew Burton all over the back bumper of the 112 as they come up on the 12 of John Hitzman Jr. Burton to the outside, way outside. He's up in the past champions groove where there is no traction compound. 2 more laps around for John Hitzman in the 112.
White flag out, 1 lap to go. Drew Burton trying to make one final move on Hitzman for the win. He's right almost on the bumper. As they go down the first straightaway, Hitzman pulls out. Tim Crabb slows down at the intersection. John Hitzman, your winner, round 1 of the Motor City Court. figure eights. Burton second. Looks like Tim Crabb will be scored in the fourth position. Eric Gilbert fifth. Tim Crabb third, Eric Gilbert fourth. Then Justin Hitzman will round out your top five. Making Weasel Racing very proud here tonight at the Birch Run Speedway and Event Center. He calls Millington, Michigan home. Nice round of applause for your winner, John Hitzman. Well, folks, hope you enjoyed your night of racing here with us at the Birch Run Speedway. We certainly put on a good show for you. Great racing for you to enjoy. Please be careful as you exit out of the grandstands, out to the parking lot, to the highways and byways that brought you all to be with us this evening. If you've been indulgent in an adult beverage, please find yourself a designated driver to get you home safely. Remember, Gas Alley, open, ready to serve you here tonight. Meet and greet your favorite drivers. They come down to get a libation after tonight's heavy racing.